Hi, ibrain. You may have heard of spontaneous combustion, but the phenomenon of animals literally exploding is less well known. Some creatures purposefully detonate as a suicidal defense mechanism to protect other members of their colony, while others explode after death with catastrophically messy results. There have even been occasions where humans have used hapless animals as bombs during warfare. Here is our roundup of the most noteworthy cases of exploding animals throughout history. 1. Germany's bursting toads. While exploding toads may sound like the work of science fiction, it is a phenomenon that was first seen in Germany in 1968, although there have been recorded cases in Belgium, Denmark, and the USA. The most well-publicized incidents of dirigible amphibians happened in 2005 around lakes in the Altona district of Hamburg, Germany. Toads swelled up and burst, causing their internal organs to fly out. This led to the area being named as the Pond of Death by the press. Although scientists were at first perplexed as to why the toad's natural defensive reflex to expand in the face of a predator appeared to have suddenly gone horribly wrong, an expert called Frank Muchman finally solved the riddle. It turned out that the finger of blame could be squarely pointed at the area's crow population. Upon examining the corpses of recently exploded toads, Muchman discovered that they all had a tiny round incision on their backs typical of those made by a crow's beak. The brainy birds had figured out that the best part of a toad to eat was the liver, and they removed them through the toads' backs to prevent ingesting the poison on the skin. When the toads realized they had been attacked, their natural reaction was to puff up defensively. As the liver is responsible for holding the toad's internal organs in, this caused the lungs to expand uncontrollably, leading to their rupture and the inevitable messy explosion of the toad. 2. Self-sacrificing ants. The aptly named Colobopsis explodens ants native to Borneo have a rather drastic way of dealing with predators. These small, reddish ants lack usual defense mechanisms such as stings but have a far more explosive weapon in their arsenal. When Colobopsis explodens detect a threat, they give out a warning by showing the enemy their rumps. If this doesn't work, the ants clamp down on the predator with their jaws and tighten their abdomens until they blow up, releasing a poisonous yellow fluid with an unusual, curry-like scent. While this method of defense is fatal for the individuals involved, their self-sacrifice protects the rest of the colony from being devoured. 3. Detonating sperm whale. When a whale dies, decomposition gases can build up inside the carcass at such high levels that it explodes. That is exactly what happened in the city of Tainan, Taiwan, in 2004. The unfortunate creature had been washed up on a beach and passed away before rescuers arrived. It was decided that the whale should be transported to a research facility, and its colossal 50-ton weight meant that it took workers 13 hours to load it onto a trailer, during which time it became bloated with gas. The whale attracted a large amount of attention from bystanders as it passed through the city, who were all sprayed with blood when the whale detonated, causing its internal organs to explode into the street. Locals were forced to wear masks to block out the stench as they performed a mammoth cleanup operation. The whale was later declared to be the largest specimen ever found in Taiwan. 4. The Oregon whale explosion of 1970. The spontaneous explosion of a dead whale carcass isn't as uncommon as you might think. However, on one memorable occasion, humans gave nature a helping hand. When a dead whale was beached in Florence, Oregon in 1970, officials had to decide how to dispose of it. Cue highway engineer Paul Thornton, who had the idea of using dynamite to explode the carcass. Thornton had intended for the pieces to drift away harmlessly into the sea, but things didn't quite work out that way. Despite a quarter-mile cordon around the area of the explosion, onlookers had to run away as massive pieces of the dead whale came flying towards them. A piece the size of a coffee table completely demolished a parked car, according to Paul Linman, a journalist covering the story. Apart from being messy, Thornton's method of clearing up a dead whale by exploding it was woefully ineffective. A large part of the whale remained in situ, which had to be buried. However, the Oregon whale explosion of 1970 went down in history and later became one of the most popular online videos of all time. 5. Rat bombs. During the Second World War, British secret agents hid explosives in all manner of innocuous-looking containers, from bars of soap to bottles of wine. However, perhaps the most unusual explosive device ever invented was the rat bomb. Agents skinned the rodents and packed them with plastic explosives, planting them next to furnaces. The intention was that an unwitting German would throw the dead rat inside, leading to a devastating explosion. Unfortunately, things didn't go quite as planned, and the consignment of exploding rats was discovered by the German National Socialists before they could ever be used behind enemy lines. However, the discovery had an unintended consequence that placed the Allies at an advantage. The rat bombs caused significant concern amongst the German forces and prompted a lot of time to be wasted searching for rat bombs across the continent that didn't actually exist. Subscribe to the channel and like this video. Goodbye, ibrain.